What's going on, everyone? I'm Bankrupt. Today I'm being joined by Fluff, Jake, and today, Adam. Guys?
What's up, people?
What's going on, y'all?
Hey, how you guys doing?
And today we're talking about stuff because there's stuff to talk about. We'll start with a few things. New set. We can talk about the decks we're going to play, things that we pulled. At the time of this video popped out, we've already dropped our Mind Fluff's box opening, so you guys haven't seen that, check it out. It's pretty cool. We pulled a couple things in there. We'll talk about one of Adam's pulls. I think that was fantastic. A few things not DBZ related. Maybe we talk about the little thing about Lorcana, what's happening there. Talk about a little Battle Spirits. And where have we been? Let's start with that one. So, Fluff kind of mentioned it during our unboxing. My sewer pipe busted in the front yard, and because of that, I just haven't put out videos. I've been kind of busy digging. I think I've dug about 30 feet so far, because I'm redigging the pipe out. That's been fun.
I love how the distance that you've digged has gone up 5 feet every time you tell it. First time you're like 20 feet, then 20, then 25 feet.
He's digging 5 feet a day.
I think I said earlier 22:30, and I'm just going to stick with 30, but thanks for confirming that with people.
Yeah.
I think I've dug officially 20, I think it's 22 feet, 23 feet is where I've actually dug to so far. Yeah, pipe completely broke off. Here's a picture. All right, cool, it's gone. And yeah, it was not fun, and it hasn't been fun. So hopefully I have something coming out later, and we're going to see how much it's going to do it myself or how much it's going to cost to get it fixed depending on where that sets. But that's enough about why we haven't been here. Me and Fluff pulled Mecha Kabora and Sin Shinran, which are really great. You know, they're good cards. We wanted to Sin, which is great. But Adam, what did you pull? Shit.
Yeah, he pulled it.
And he's muted. That was amazing.
One,
There we go.
Yeah,
There it is.
No. Fun fact about this particular case, it actually both the secret rares was that one, but just one of them happened to be the god rare one, which is actually fantastic. I just pulled to the shop and Fluff texted me. He's like, Adam pulled the god rare. I'm like, oh great, good job.
So when Bancroft and I picked up our case, there were 2 cases available before our shop had got the rest of the product. So Bancroft and I picked our case, went, opened it up, pulled the Shenron Mecha Kabora out of it. The other case, which was the one that got cracked when everyone got to the shop Saturday, had the God Rare in it. And like, while I'm mildly upset we didn't get the God Rare, I'm glad we didn't pull 2 Gokus.
Yeah. Now I think that regular Gohan, because I think people are selling Sin right now like 185. I don't know what Mecha is going at. I can just pull it up, I guess. I'm talking about it. But it's all inflated pre-release stuff right now. So it's kind of hard to determine what's price.
Yeah. I think that Goku, the regular Goku secret rare will drop in price. The Shenron, I think, will maintain a fair value. And then I really think that Mecha Kabora is going to be low until someone tops with it, and then it's going to shoot up.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like Evil Saiyan was back a few sets ago, where it dropped really low where nobody really cared about it, and then it started showing up a lot more.
Yeah.
But yeah, Adam, congratulations, man. I think, if I'm right, you got that out of a single box, right?
Yeah, I hate myself for it. I mean, it's there are people that, buy cases and are looking for it. I feel like, the golden ticket and Willy Wonka, like there's people that are, doing 10 or 12 boxes and trying to find it. But yeah, I had some really good luck. I usually paint myself as an unlucky person, which everyone says that's ridiculous. But yeah, it was nice to pull that. And what was funny is I felt so the weekend before this last weekend, I got rolled by yellow all weekend, and I just was like, what am I going to do about this? This is my favorite IP ever. I love the game, but do I need to do one of the Fluff hiatuses just to get my head right? But decided to come, and I got the card that I wanted out of all the ones that were revealed. So
The
big
best
question. Oh, go ahead.
The best way to deal with yellow. If you can't beat them, join them.
Come over to the dark
Yeah.
side, brother.
I might be able to finally afford some robotic riposte. So.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask, the big question on everybody's mind is, are you going to sell it or are you going to keep it, man?
Cuckoo and I are hanging out for the time being. The art on this has more more value to me on a personal level than just the card itself. But who knows? A lot of the God Rares have either maintained their kind of inflated costs. I might get it graded, so it'll maybe retain some of that value. But I haven't decided yet.
Well, congratulations either way, man. We're all happy for you.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, because Vegeta's still sitting at 3K. Sorry, not 3K. 2.3 is what people are trying to sell it at, and the Bardock has definitely floated down to the 1.25.
Still a respectable price for a card.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Especially in Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Which I think on that got so no one in our shop pulled Vegeta, which is it happens. But we did have Nick and Trevor split a case, and they pulled the Bardock when that dropped.
I think they sold the Bardock for $1,400 or $1,500.
No, they sold for $2,000, and after fees, I think they got like $1,500 for it or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
because I sold it for them and
Yeah.
took some of it for a brokerage fee. So they ended up getting more than they spent on the case each back out of that sale. And then I made a little bit of money too, so it was great.
Yeah.
Must be something in the water in Kentucky or something. I don't know.
I mean, we
Hey,
did
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
and we pulled the Hollow Rare at our shop too. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool experience too.
but nobody pulled an alternate art Secret Rare out of the collector's pack at our shop. I don't think
Yeah. No one did.
so.
But we only broke 2 or 3 boxes, right, of the collector's set.
Was
That
that
was-
6
We
altogether?
had
There
6
was
altogether.
6 boxes.
Yeah.
So
So, not a large sample size. Does Bandai secretly love us?
Hopefully.
They secretly just ship our shop fire cases? Is that what happens?
Well, I did get an email from them directly that said to pick the middle box from the top row. So
Oh, I'm still
you guys
waiting.
don't get
for my
emails from
email.
them on the regular about
No.
why they're
Not yet.
printing their cards wrong?
Mostly just cease and desist.
yeah. They didn't appreciate the box.
I'm
of
just kidding.
dildos.
I'm just kidding, Bandai. Please, God, we love you.
So
No, we don't.
moving to the rest of the
We're
week.
family.
Yeah. Moving to the rest of the week, we got a couple profiles we're gonna be doing. Pretty much just kind of cleaning stuff up that I've had sitting for like the last, I guess now, 2 weekends. 2 profiles from Fluff. One will be his Topo Lock, which he'll never play again, and one will be his Xeno Sin, which is a kind of a. I know it's you changed it, but it's a tribute to Kyo Chris, right? Or like the idea of it came from him, right?
It might be card for card.
I think it's Kyo Chris.
Yeah, it might be card for card. It's just
Oh, it might be just card for card.
So I
I can't-
You didn't add that 2
I'll link
cards
to that
spice?
video in the description, maybe.
I don't know if I can post if it's card for card. I'm not taking that, man.
look. We should post it, but just like link his deck profile. Like we
Send
are.
him some views.
We gave him credit.
Yeah, yes.
It's the same thing as like it's not an epitaph, but it's the reference list in a scholarly paper.
It's the citation.
Yeah, it's the scholarly citation. Like
It's asking AI to do your test for you.
if it
Or
ain't
your essay for
broken,
you.
don't fix it.
Well, and he did comment, "Thanks for the shout out, guys." So I think that he'd be okay if we
I
shout
think
him
he
out.
would be okay. He's a cool guy. I think
Chris,
he'd
if you would be
with it.
okay with it, comment in this video in the comments.
I will say Fluff did shout him out in the profile as well. All right. But yeah, Fluff, you're not bringing back Topo Lock. You're done with that mainly because Bandai doesn't like Unisons anymore. At least Green does it, and Green has a chance of being really strong, especially with certain decks being knocked out.
I'm gonna see what the meta does at the shop moving forward. I know that we're going to see green. There's a couple people that really want to play Sun Gohan. There's a lot of people that want to revisit old green strategies. And while like Black Smoke isn't particularly a threat to the deck, the Gohan rare mixed with everything that Sun Gohan does just rips markers off so fast for so little investment, while also putting bodies on the field, that I think they're just really bad matches for Topo Log.
And not just that, the Goku Android 18 card from last set. Yeah. If you're able to play that card, I think you have to have a Z battle card or a Z leader, one or the other. But if you play that card, when it swings, its auto is that your opponent, if they have a unison, I think it's specific cost of 3 or less.
They have to drop the unison.
Or, and if they don't, they discard one card from their hand. So, like, the fact that, like, stuff like that exists and can be played very cheaply, as long as you meet certain requirements, obviously, that's going to kill your unison pretty much.
Yep. Sad day. I made a tribute post about it on the Dragon Ball group.
I saw that you...
And I got laugh reacts.
I saw that you used the
TCG metal art.
TCG metal art, yeah, for it, which I thought was pretty cool. Because you use that metal leader a lot.
Yeah.
Great guys, check them out if you don't have your own metal leaders.
I guess I'm gonna have to find a new metal leader to piggyback on.
Yeah. Matches. I don't know what I want. I'm not gonna say what I'm putting out because I have technically 6 matches of just shop matches that we had going on. 3 from last week, 3 from this week. I'll probably just figure out the best ones to kind of go out there. I'll ask Adam. You played not this week, but last week on camera. Do you want to be part of the this week's of matches?
Remember that one time when I said I got rolled last weekend and then just quit the game? That means I probably don't want it to be on the profile. So
fair enough. Well, then last week me and Adam played on camera, and I rolled him using Turtle School. Yes.
Now, I mean, that's... If you want to put that on, I will give you my blessing. I'll leave it up to you. We have started to become friends, so I guess that this will really be a test for how much you value that. But it's up to you. You're the guru.
I dodged being on camera the last 2 weeks. This week was because my first 2 opponents in the shop championship or the pre-release event were quote-unquote new players, and I got pared down super hard in the second round to another person that ended up having an 0-2-0-3 record over the night.
Oh, let's talk about our match because we're not on camera. But I need to talk about how
it would have been a good match on camera.
So I played AOD because that's what I do when I don't feel like, when I don't have time to build, and I've been digging all week. So me and Flo get match up in the finals, and we both Mulligan 6. I was like, haha, you didn't get your cards, and I'm like, I'm a Mulligan 6 as well. And I didn't see my cards at all, so I had to charge an energy, pay 1 for the extra card, and Hatcher's right there on top was like literally the next card. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Add to my hand, then I take the life. It was Bobby. I'm like,
I don't even need the hatch.
And then I pass. Fluff does his turn. His turn 1. Passes back to me. The first card I draw is Bobbity. I was so pissed because if those of you aren't familiar with AOD, that turn 1 play Bobbity is so important that we are not wasting any resources on turn 2 playing things you need to get the deck going. And because of the way I played, and knowing that Dispo could pop cards, and knowing that on Fluff's turn 2 he could play the unison, play the Dispo, pop my card, I was like, all right, here we go. I'm just going to pay 1 for Garlic to play the Turles now, and have 2 battle cards already on board during Fluff's turn, so that when it goes back to my turn, I can just play another card, and if I need to go into his unison, that way I can go even wider, I can, or I just have the tools already there. Well, when Fluff mulliganed all 6 of his cards, he drew almost every one of his unisons. Talk about that.
Yeah, so my opening hand was Dispo, 2 Vegeta Unison of Fury, a Gogeta Unison, and I can't remember the other 2 cards. I think it was a Super Combo and maybe a Prideful Transformation Vegeta. I can't remember. I don't think it was a Prideful Transformation. It was something else. But anyway, on my turn 2, I'm able to set up Unison of Fury, Awaken, play Dispo, load a Unison under my Unison of Fury, tap the Dispo, restand, resolve the -4 or the -3 on the Vegeta Unison of Fury, and make Bancroft use basically every card in his hand to keep from dying.
Yeah, it was a very strong turn 2 for a Topo Lock because I felt like I've seen you get, like, oh, he attacked me 3 times. I'm good. I wasn't expecting, because it's also double strike, right? When you do
double strike, it's double strike dual attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll rest one of your energies too if it's not turn 1.
Yep.
Yeah, it was nice. I think it's the only time that I've beaten AOD with Topo Lock. Which was nice. I have like a 25% win rate against that deck now. So I'll take that win for what it's worth. But then I gave Bancroft the win. So because my score sheet over the event was so poor because of my first 2 round opponents, I gave Bancroft the win over me so that hopefully he would place higher than me. Because I think even still finishing 2-1, I still finished like 8th in the event or something like that.
I mean, regardless, one of us is going to be second because the winner of Jake's and Jimmy's match, which wasn't on camera, so I guess Jake lost. Jimmy had a stronger win ratio compared to whoever won our matches. So, but yeah, it was a fun pre-release event. Got a lot of pools out there. It was good to get a lot of people out to shop again. Even though some of them were just Yu-Gi-Oh players, but hey, I'm not going to diss on that.
Oh, they played Dragon Ball too. They're just newer to the game, you know.
I'm feeling someone paid their entry fees so he'd get all the pre-release product, but that's neither here nor there.
Conspiracy.
Shifting bases. For those who aren't familiar, we talked about it a long time ago. Interested in playing Lorcana. It's just a fun game, it looks like. And they're being sued right now. At least they're in the process of being sued by Upper Deck. So we're just going to wait to see how that rolls out. But Disney did kind of go towards Ravenburger. It's like, hey, I want you guys to make a card game for RIP.
So
they kind of have, I assume, Disney's lawyers. We'll see how far that goes.
I mean, you just said Disney's lawyers.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in the same room with Disney lawyers.
Yeah, I think either Upper Deck has an ironclad case or an ironclad sack to go at Disney like this. So apparently the story goes that a couple of guys that used to work for Upper Deck designed the mechanics of the game for Lorcana for a game for Upper Deck that ended up not being used. And then they moved on later in their career to Ravensburg and just used the exact same game they had already designed, which, if you don't know, a lot of times when you work for a company like that, anything you create, like under their employ, becomes their intellectual property. So, like Bancroft said, we'll have to wait and see what happens, but I don't think they would stop the release of the game. They would just want some of the money from the sales. So whether this drives up pack prices or Disney or Ravensburg ends up taking a chunk out of their money for it, we'll just have to see what happens. But I don't think it'll stop the release of the game. So if you're excited for Lorcana, I wouldn't freak out about this lawsuit too much.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I think Magic tried to do it once. But you can't copyright certain things, like I'm tapping a card, or I'm resting a card, or I'm exalting a card. And real quick, I know we say tap a lot instead of rest. That's just because a lot of us are Magic players originally and have gone from one card game to another. Fluff played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh and played a lot of Pokemon beforehand. I don't remember. There's no tapping in Pokemon.
No.
Well, I guess you can spin the card around when they're confused, paralyzed, or asleep. But
unless you have tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not our intent to say it happens. But there's so many different words you could replace. Like, oh, I'm just turning the card sideways. You can't copyright that. But the idea, like Jake said, is that this game was already made, like from head to toe. Like, and they just went, well, you're not using it. Boom, use this. And if that's the case, that definitely kind of goes into different areas of like copyright and because
legality, yeah.
Because obviously it wasn't going to be Disney related. It was going to be some other form of card game. But yeah. So only time will tell. With Gen Con coming around the corner, they will be there. We'll just hopefully they could sell things and nothing's getting pushed back. Speaking of which, if you got your ticket to Gen Con, congrats, because Lorcon is sold out again, even though they refunded all the tickets that were bought extras of. And also Zenkai Dragon Ball has sold out as well. I don't think the Saturday games have sold out yet.
The Saturday event's not sold out.
But majority of us will be there.
Yeah. Super excited for Gen Con. That is so interesting to me that the Zenkai event sold out before the Saturday.
Keep in mind, the Saturday event, which is the normal event, regionals, is 256 players. The Zenkai is half the amount of people. So people who are going there for the whole weekend probably just paid.
Yeah, 128 players.
Yeah.
Still be a good clickbait headline, if you were writing articles about Gen Con. Like, it got me.
And me and Jake will be playing Battle Spirits on Friday, which is a game we've been really playing a lot. And we're actually going to Columbus? Yeah, Columbus. 24th, 25th, I think, for an event up there as well for Battle Spirits, which looking forward to that. Adam, I know you've kind of bought into Battle Spirits. I know you have interest in Lorcon as well, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
I
really like the power mechanic or the energy mechanic in Battle Spirits, and I think having Mickey Mouse versus Stitch is just such a fun concept. I hope that it does well, and I hope that it doesn't turn into another scalping opportunity, which I'm sure that it will.
It will.
But hopefully the player base becomes faithful enough that they'll continue to do sets, so that maybe some of that scalping will be not as prevalent, because as you get more sets, those earlier sets become more valuable, but the players start to actually buy those later sets. So.
And I did buy into Battle Spirit Saga last night.
You did. You bought 2 white starter decks, I think.
I bought 2 white starter decks.
So that being said, if there's something you guys want to see, like if you guys want to see us play the Lorcon, play Battle Spirits, let us know. We attempted Digimon a while back ago. Me and Fluff did. Not a lot of other people kind of carried that with us, and I've said before, without having what I liked about Magic, what I like about Dragon Ball Super is that there is a way of reacting. And it's why I like Battle Spirits. Flash. There's ways to reacting. There's ways to kind of manipulating the battle, or at least controlling things in the battle, that I felt like Digimon lacked. Now, yes, I've seen a lot of cards. They've gotten better, but there's still no, like, straight up, you can't attack.
I still really like the Digimon card game, and wish in a lot of ways that I hadn't gotten out of it, or hadn't stepped away from it for as long as we have. Mm-hmm. Even if we wanted to get back into it, I think we stepped away at like set 7, set 8.
Yeah.
They're coming up on set 13 now, I believe. So, it would just be a lot to get back in. Maybe we could get Jake's help in selling our pool of Digimon cards in anticipation for Battle Spirit and Lorcana.
Yeah. Actually, I just it's funny you mentioned that. I just recently dipped my toe into selling a little bit of Digimon, and it's worked pretty well for me so far. No complaints. So, the card market is in kind of a weird place, where we had that cruel summer of 2022 last year, where most card prices in really pretty much every major game were just tanking, Pokemon being the notable exception. And, a lot of people were just kind of getting pushed out and priced out of the market. Even me, like my store, I think has already done more in sales this year from June to, or from, July to June on Salem than it did all last year, save for selling a God Rare, So card market's really turning back around, but I think people's faith has been shaken a little bit as far as trading cards as an investment opportunity. So maybe that'll keep some of the scalpers away from things like Lorcana and Battle Spirits while they're still young and unproven.
And kind of bring it back to how we started. It is set 21 new sets out. We kind of gave what we're interested in playing, obviously, during our unboxing, but we haven't heard from Jake or Adam. What are you guys actually interested in playing this set?
Go, Jake.
You want me to go first? I started the set really interested in Green Gohan and Yellow Frieza, but as I've played around with some stuff in testing and really seen cards out of the set, I'm really excited to play Power Pole. I was able to build almost the whole thing. I'm short maybe 15 or 16 cards for the whole list, just out of pulling stuff from pre-release and trading with people. People were super kind to me, giving me stamped versions of cards for the deck, and what do you want for this? And they're like, just take it. So pretty excited to play that deck. I haven't played Red since Red Sin really first came out. So excited to play some of those cards again.
Yeah, for me, I kind of had a revelation last weekend when I was looking at all the different colors that are in Dragon Ball, and me personally, I like to follow characters and archetypes more than I do what's popular, as you guys know, as I say ad nauseum. But I'm a big GT fan, so I think this is the only one that I'm really going to go after this set. I really wanted to get into Blue Baby from I think it was set 11 or 10. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, but I just. I couldn't afford a lot of those cards, and so I'm going to give it a go. I'm also a glutton for punishment, so I need to learn how to play this one. I played Goku Black. I played Blue Majin Buu. So I like a deck that I have to think about. So.
The new Blue Baby has a lot of power behind it. I actually think you're going to really enjoy that deck.
Blue can't ever be that bad.
And if you need me to print you off a cheat sheet as a reminder what the erratas are, I can, because they did a lot.
Awesome.
But yeah, no, I think that's about it.
What are you excited to play, Bancroft?
Oh man, if you didn't watch the video, you don't know. So this is the order. I'm gonna go in colors as well. So in order of my interest, garlic. Then if I shift down to in blue, I think I'd rather play Oob because I think the mechanic's fun. I like the idea of making your opponent Z-charge stuff. But at the same time, depends what you're playing against, that could be bad. So, moving into green territory, I would rather... Either one for me, I would play. I don't have a problem with either one of the decks. I do think they should still allow you to play the Robot Spy Bug in Cell. But hey, whatever. I know it doesn't need it. But I would like to be able to play it. And then in yellow... it's Flip Boys, and why am I going blank on the second? One Swap Frieza. I like the idea of the Flip Boys a lot. I like the mechanic. I like doing weird mechanics when I build decks. I'm more drawn to that. But I'm also a swap fan, so it's kind of hard. I'm all over the map. I don't really have one that I'm it'll probably be Garlic. I play maybe the most from this set, but I don't really have a overall I'm gonna stick with this one. But when do I ever do that? But besides AOD, so.
Did you guys see that 8-drop Garlic is generic?
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Leader, pay 2, dual attack 30k. Doesn't seem terrible.
It only gains the extra stuff if you...
give it indestructible.
Yeah.
But still, it's very similar to that 1-drop Boo card that I completely wrote off, or the 8-drop Boo that you can play for 1 energy that I wrote off a couple sets ago. And now that I'm looking at that garlic, I'm like, this is very close to that. And I'm going to be keeping an eye out for cards like that in the future.
I will say I'm gonna have fun building like bringing back prison. That's gonna be fun for me. Bringing back a lot of red decks I used to love, like swap Broly, just because the secret rare. Just playing Shinron sounds like a great idea, and just playing big boss monsters in those decks sounds fun as well. That's you, Fluff.
So out of the set, in red, I'm really interested in Power Pole. In blue, I'm more interested in Oob than Baby, although I think Baby is probably a better of the two decks. In green, I'll be honest, I'm not really interested in playing either green archetype, but if I had to pick one, it would probably be Cell over Gohan.
Not even 16? Come on.
Yeah. And then in yellow, I'm actually interested in both decks, but more interested in the Frieza swap deck than I am Flip Boys. And then kind of bringing back old archetypes, I really want to revisit Pan Reboot. And there's a couple other old decks that I want to touch up on and play now that we have kind of new spicy tech stuff. Of course, that red Shenron Secret Rare is always a candidate when talking about new spicy tech stuff. And then, of course, you can't overlook, we've never really played it on the channel, but SSG Trunks is going to be another heavy contender that I would really like to see take a spot on the channel at some point as well.
It's been on the channel one time.
Yeah, once, I think.
And with that being said, thank you all for tuning in. And later this week also, we are doing the first episode of our History Wars, where we travel back to the origins of Dragon Ball, picking two decks that match a fight that actually happened during that series, and we're going to play against them. For this week's video, it will be me versus Jake, and I'm taking on Red Ribbon Army, and Jake is taking on Kid Ku, because, you know, in the show, Kid Ku took down Red Ribbon Army. Can he do it again? Find out. I don't know. It'll be later this week sometime. Bye.